you are the Pandit who you will be conducting Hindu wedding, but what is going on the other side? And that's what we need to help Pandits. We need to head our communities, and that is this focus of this presentation. So in my agenda, I will clearly tell that all religions are not same. The other important point is we need to protect Hindu youths from unintended religious conversions in marriage. Let me qualify what I'm trying to say. See, I'm not against interfaith marriage, nor I'm for interfaith marriage. Further, if somebody wants to change the religion for whatever reason, it should be their personal liberty and freedom, and this is not against anybody's choice of religion. But the many Hindu get into the trap. They think they are naively falling in love, and then they later on realize that they have to change their religion. And that is called unintended religious conversion. And that's the focus of these presentations. And later on, we'll take your questions, answers to clarify any point. So you are a Pandit. Why you need to learn it? Now, first of all, 38% of Hindus in America, they marry interfaith. So you may have already conducted Hindu Vivaha of somebody who married to Christian, Jews, and Muslim. And if not, maybe next month you will get a request that Panditji, can you conduct a wedding? I'm going to marry to a Christians. And what you should be doing, and that's a timely message for you. The second, why you need to learn. As I give the example, this is a nice story that one girl reached out to me and she said she had a wedding, Hindu wedding viva in Shiva temple. 3 months down the road, she was the other party was Muslim, and she was forced to convert to Islam, and she was completely into a trap. Now, who is at the fault? Somebody may say definitely that girl who is fall in love with and did not realize and ultimately had to convert. Yeah, she's definitely at fault. I asked her that, how about your mother or parents? Parents should be at fault because they did not fail to educate their children. But in this case, her mother was very elderly, was brought into the wheelchair just for blessings, and that's about it. So, I mean, we cannot blame her in this situation. Then definitely people will blame it to whoever the Pandit conducted this wedding. But again, I don't want to put all blame on just some one person, because our model is Panditji's job is to just do the rituals. That's our model, and that's what they are doing their job. So why we expect them to do too many things or take care of the social issues? Further, Pandits are very paid meagerly. I know they are. I know the wedding where they spend 200,000 for the wedding, but when they have to pay $1,000 to Pandit for the rituals, this is why they don't expect what I accept whatever we offer them in Dakshina. So there are a lot of issues in our societies, understand, and Pandits' jobs are also very difficult. But here, I'm not asking Pandits to go out and get educated for 3 6 months to help others or spend too much time. For you, I'm making it job very easy. Just learn for next 30 minutes, and you will be immediately able to applicate very basic things. So that's the focus of this presentation. Further, for example, you come, let's say next month, as I said, that somebody came and they said, can you conduct Hindu Vivaha? Where the other party, and you ask little more questions. Who you are going to marry? That's a Catholic person. And are you going to have a wedding in the Catholic church? And that party says, yes. In that case, you have to bring up that, that Catholic church, that means you will have to sign this prenuptial agreement, and that is children will be baptized and raised in Christian faith. So do you realize that you are ending your Hindu heritage, and the next heritage will be a Christian heritage. Do you really realize it? See, if you tell even this kind of things, that will be a big help to the other party. They could go Google search and find out and decide what they want to do it rather than the unintended conversions. Let's say that party is a Jewish party. And I have talked to 10 rabbis, and all of them gave me the exactly same message. And they says, we'll respect Hinduism, we love Hinduisms, and we honor them. There is a very hidden message. You realize that, oh, wow, that person is so respectful to us. But what you are missing out, what you did not ask for, that what will be the religion of the children. And all 10 of them clearly told me that if they conduct this wedding, we will want the children to be raised only in the Judaism. They will respect Hinduism. So it's Hinduism will be somewhere in the periphery. The heritage will be Judaism. So again, it's the same case that you will be ending your Hindu heritage at this point. So I give you example in Muslims, Christians, and Jews, and in all three, our original thinking is that they convert you, but now there is a new trend, and that is they realize that Hindus are difficult to convert today because of all those medias, and they are now getting at least that smart. So what they are doing is they are doing the skip generation conversion. They don't ask you to convert, but they want to harvest the future generations. So that's remember, skip generation conversion is the main focus here I'm focusing on, and that's something new. Let's look at some of the terminologies. In India, everybody using all marriages as an intercaste marriage. From example, Brahmin and Kshatriya marries or Vaishya marry. Yeah, that's intercaste marriage. Sometime a Brahmin Bengali marrying to Brahmin Gujarati, India, everybody calls, oh yeah, that's intercaste marriage. And then there is interrace marriage, and that is a black and white. There is an interfaith marriage. But what is faith? A faith in Shiva versus faith in Krishna followers, that's interfaith marriage. A Hindu marrying Sikh, a Jain marrying Muslim, these are all interfaith marriage. But for the purpose of this discussion, when I say interfaith, just accept this one. And that is, I'm talking about marriage of Dharmics marrying to Abrahamic. Dharmics are Hindu, Jain, Sikhs, and Buddhists. And Abrahamics are Jew, Christians, and Muslim. So that's our focus today. Why? Because those are clearly different sets of religions. Those three Abrahamic, you can say Abraham as a father and three sons, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. They have a lot of similarities versus all the four Dharmic faiths has a lot of similarities. And one of the most important and relevant to today is all those Abrahamic faiths are exclusivists, that you can go to heaven only through us, not even by two Abrahamic faiths, only by my own way. Versus that concept does not exist in Dharmic faiths. They are more pluralists, that whoever does good karma will go to heaven, something like that. Further, they believe in circumcision, which is not a practice in Dharmic faiths. They have a burial, we have a cremation. And another important thing is that they have a judgment day. So this world was created on one particular day or week. And on particular day, there will be God will come back today, on that day, judgment day. All those people in grave died 500 years before. Everybody will resurface, came out of the graves, and they will be back to their fully clothed. And God at that time will make a decision. And those who did not follow uh, the God's messages will be condemned to hell, and all those followed, they will be taken to heaven. And that concept does not exist in Dharmic faiths, and we have an incarnation. The important point here or concern is exclusivism. That is a supremacist ideology. It's me only, or way is the only way. The rest are all going to go to hell. Now, let's start with the concept. Who is God? Jews call God Lord God. There you say is Moses with his 10 tablets on the 10 commandments. Then later on came Jesus, and people are calling him Jesus as a son of God. Uh, Muhammad came, and Allah, God, and then uh, Krishna. So all the first three one, Jewish, Christians, and Islam, they have a lot more similarity versus Hindus have a different concept about the God, and I will not go in those details right now. Now, all those Abrahamic faiths, what they believe in the God, the earth was created in 7 days, and on the 6 days the human was placed there, as you have heard those stories. And you also heard the story of the first person born was Adam, and from his rib, God made the Eve, the lady woman came from the man. And you know that serpent story, and that they apple of knowledge they ate, and that's why they committed sin. So Christianity a lot more, and they believe strictly that everybody, even the day one the child born, the child borns with sin, and you carry that sin, and that sin can be only washed away with baptism. Let me give you the whole chronology. Will be very interesting. And that is, as I said, these are called Abrahamic religion because, as you can see, Abrahamic was the first one. And these are called apostles. Apostles are not gurus, sages, but these are the people God decided to talk to them. So God directly talked to in their ears, and that's why these are all apostles. So Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and then as I say, as we see the Moses, uh, who got these 10 commandments, and David and Solomon. These are all apostles of Jewish uh, part of the Torah, and these are Jewish apostles. Not only Jewish, they are also equally important apostles of Christianity and Muslims, Islam. So at that time, it was all Judaism in the Middle East. At that, and then came Jesus took birth on year zero, and Jesus starts seeing the way Judaism was practiced. He starts seeing many faults with that. Jesus basically, I call it, he was a reformer, and he wanted to make many changes. For example, he says circumcision has no evil. I mean, it's your karma should be more important, not the circumcision. So, like that, he made many changes, and he was preaching in front of the synagogues and criticizing the practices in synagogue. So, it's not a Jesus is came with a new ideas, reformist. It's not a Jesus who started Christianity. It's a something 320 years down the road at Nicaean Creed, where Bible was finalized. Instead of Lord God, they start calling Father God because they everybody considers Jesus as Son of God. So God's name changed. Jesus as Son of God, and the God's name is now Father God. Now that's 320 roughly, and in 670, where Muhammad bought roughly in 570 and 600, he Christianity was rampantly being spread at that time. He was in Mecca, and he says, "Wait, the God is supposed to be Nirankari, no shape, no form, like Abrahamic faiths, this Judaism faith, Judaism followed so long. All of a sudden, how come God has a shape like a Jesus took a birth? It's like a Hindu philosophy." So he put everything back to whatever the original one. He says God cannot have a shape, form, and he start talking against many things in Quran. You will see, and I will visit that Jesus having son is son of God is a monstrous falsehood, and naturally he start calling the God Allah. So the concern is the exclusivism. So, as a Pandit, I would request you not to criticize the religions, Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, not to criticize the religious books, because it will look bad if you go out and in public criticizing somebody's religious books also, because that cannot be changed and you are hurting somebody's sentimental feeling. But our focus should be criticizing the exclusivism, the supremacist mindset. Because, for example, I know many, many Christians, and they are so superb, nice Christians, and they don't believe in this exclusivism. So it is wrong to criticize them just being a Christian. So exclusivism is a problem, and that is there is one God, and that's my God. Further, it's only my God, not your God, leads to salvation, and that they believe who don't believe in my philosophy, or that means you are a kafir and you will go to hell. So our attacks or criticism should be against this mindset only, and not the other people. As I told you, these 10 commandments, and if you don't know, 10 commandments says, I am a jealous God. And if you don't follow, God said, himself said that if you don't follow, I will punish you to 3 to 4 generations. So, and that's a stern warning God gave if you follow to anybody else. So that's part of these Moses got it, meaning part of the Torah, and later on Bible even perfected this praying to any others will be really punished, and Quran even super perfected this second commandment, and that is they put lot of words, those who pray to any other god to be severely punished. So starting point is the second commandment, not to tolerate anybody else. So what happens that when you they criticize Hinduism for idol worshipping, because they don't like the way we have so many shapes and forms in our mandirs. But when I go to Catholic Church, I see so many Jesus stamps and cross and bells and whistles and Saint Mary's. So I mean, they are no different as far I see. Same as Muslims. I mean, there is a Kaaba which doesn't talk, cannot hear, and people go round and round. Same in Judaism. They have a Jerusalem wall and they pray to it. So I mean, I don't see any difference in what Hindus does versus all those three. So if either one is idol worshipping or everybody are idol worshipping. So let's look at the Christian exclusivism. If you are dealing with Christian, then focus on their points, and that is so Christian believes that Jesus is Son of God, as we discussed, and faith in Jesus is the only way to achieve salvation and to enter in heaven. Even Jesus himself, in Bible, it says, I'm the way, truth, and life, and no one comes to the Father, meaning the God, except through me. And many Christians believes that anybody who is not baptized, they still carry that original sin, what you are born with, and you are a sinner. Uh, Not all, but many Christians believe. So in their mind, in Christianity, in the church, sin, 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 it's such a heavy emphasis being placed in their churches. So that means many Christians, no doubt, very intolerant type, they believe that Mahatma Gandhi will go to hell versus Mother Teresa because she was baptized, she'll be go to heaven. So these are the kind of things, if you have to talk with somebody who is getting married, you can bring up some of those kind of concerns that exclusivism, this kind of mindset is of your concern as a Pandit. Now let's look at Judaism. Jews believe they are God's chosen people, and that they don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah they are looking for. Jesus is not that we are looking for. They don't follow the Allah's teaching, And of course, Hindus' way of idol worshipping, they will not tolerate it. Further, Jews believes on day 8, a male child must be circumcised. If child is not circumcised, something negative will happen. Basically, it's like a religious stamp on the child that now onward, that party is this child is a Jew. In Islam, oh my God, exclusivism, so much exclusivism. Let's look at the first of all against Christians and Jews. And I will go a little fast in to save time. Quran teaches that faith have only faith in Allah, and that is Jesus, son of Mary, was clearly no more than God apostles. There are 3 or 4 chapters and chapters of it saying that Jesus is not a divine person, basically. And Allah himself forbid that himself should beget a son, meaning Jesus. And those who says that Lord of mercy has begotten a son preaches a monstrous falsehood. And I've checked at least 10 different versions of Quran, and all of them use the same word, the monstrous falsehood. And believers are those that say God is the Messiah, the Son of Mary, and God is the one of three, that is Trinity. Those are unbelievers, and unbelievers will get hellfire. And further, Quran says that don't make friends with Jews and Christians. Quran does not mention Hindus, but forget about if Jews and Christians, the Quran has problems, forget about Hinduism. So now let's look at what Quran says to non-believers. Definitely Hindus will be clearly in their mind. And severe punishment is that those who deny our revelation will be burned in fire. And no sooner your skin get burned, God will give you a new skin so you can burn them second time. I mean, that's severe. You get burned twice, so you feel really, don't even think of going against God's message. Lay hold them, unbelievers, and kill them whenever you find them. Do not maintain your marriage with unbelieving woman. Uh, Whenever you meet unbelievers in the battlefield, strike their head off, right foot, left foot. In so many ways, severe treatment should be given to unbelievers. Now, who is unbeliever? It doesn't say Hindus are unbeliever, but if you are marrying to a Muslim, and if anytime they start believing that you are a non-believer, you are doomed to fail in that married life. And that's a concern. So now you may say that, Dilip, I mean, too many heavy dose information you are giving. I don't have time to read Puran and Pandit. I mean, I'm too busy. What can I do? And let me make it very simple for you. And that you can start implementing just today. That's so. As I said, that your focus should be exclusivism, and how to do it. Just remember one thing: no BBS. So when you are guiding somebody, and if that party is a Jews, just tell them, oh, are you going to have a bris ceremony on the 8th day? Why you will want son's circumcision skin get cut just to label child as a bris? Tell them that even Christian will not allow bris, Muslim will not allow bris. Christian will want baptisms, Muslim will want shahadat and sunat. If they don't tolerate each other's labels, religious labels, what is Hindu has to do? It just decline it. Simple. There is nothing Hindus has to gain by this baptism. When you explain this way to whoever Hindu came to you for guidance for marriage and all that, they're not going to buy into it. Arey Pandit ji, kya farak padta jaye? They have their own ritual, we have our own ritual. Your job is not going to be easy. So you have to give a little more time to first you try to say that forget it. You're not going to be happy with it. Think through, read through. No BBS is my message. But still, if they don't buy it, then you explain little more. Tell them that why you want to label the child this religious step. Instead of why not empower the children? that you teach from Bible, Gita, Quran, whatever the two religions, take them to mandir and take them to mosque, and then when they are age 18, 21, let them make a decision. If you present it this way, this is that makes sense. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. The best example is President Barack Obama, former president. Father was Muslim, mother was Christian, and at age 21 in college, he decided he wants to be a Christian. How beautiful. So if you present it this way, these Hindu naive kids, rara, they want to be please the other side. They say, no, I mean, makes sense, Panditji. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Let me think through. So you put a seed into the person. Further, sometimes bring up the Bollywood story. They could relate little better. And Saif Ali Khan, most Hindus, youth should know them, will know them, and tell them that, look, Sarika Nik's first marriage was with Amrita Singh. She was Sikh. She converted to Islam. Children's name Muslims. Children's father is Muslim. She did everything what she asked for. And still she got talaq. So if you try to please the Abrahamic, thinking that that will make your married life happy, wrong. You will still get talaq. So why bother? Just tell no. Learn from Kareena Kapoor. She says, nope, I will not convert. And immediately Saif says, okay, Kareena, no problem. Now I don't buy anymore this conversion business. See, it is that simple. So if Kareena can do it, why don't you do it? Just learn. Unfortunately, as you all know, that later on Kareena also gave their children name Taimur and Jahangir. Cannot be any more Muslim names. So again, my bottom line message, as I keep on telling you, that new Hindu kids like Kareena Kapoor, they don't believe in conversions. They will fight against conversion. And the Muslim Abrahamic now learn it, and they do the skip generation conversion. And that's the focus should be stop even what will be the religion of children. That should be your focus. And still that discussion goes on, and you may bring up some kind of these stories, and it's possible that the party who you are coming to, maybe like this Akansha who came to me, and that Panditji, we just came here for blessings. We are going to get married in court only, so we don't need any Hindu weddings and all that. Still remind them, okay, you are going, look at this, what happened to Akansha. She married in a court to a Muslim. Within 3 months, the mother-in-law completely went after her, made her quit job, remove her Facebook account, send her to Islamic school for education, made her to wear a hijab, and she was converted to Islam. So yes, you are starting in court marriage, but where is it going to end? Have you thought about it? You're just starting it, and now this Akansa already married. I mean, she's just going to get divorced because she's doing all those things. She did not. So another sad thing about this Akansha was in first 9 months of marriage, she says she was allowed to go to her parents only once. So if tell the parents you are dealing with them that once your child marries and once they are in hand of those Abrahamic, you will not even chance to teaching them even once. So do all your homework before they get married. It's still time to act on it. Further, what she is telling on my website, and that is her Hindu identity is completely lost. One less Hindu converted to Islam because she had a court wedding, did not know what is it coming, and did not thought through. So we need to save that one. And still, all the discussions, sometimes the person you are consulting may be little skill skeptic, Panditji, I don't know what you're talking about. Then bring up this Usha JD Vance case. And, Vice President of America, JD Vance, married a Hindu, Usha Chilukuri. They had a beautiful, beautiful weddings like that. A Hindu wedding. He was atheist. He had no religion. So it was all Hinduism. Great, voila. So who will complain about this marriage? Nice, handsome boy, highly educated, and comes and do all those rituals. Wonderful. Great start. After having three children, and it's Usha's fault actually. That he says, JD, you don't have any religion. Why don't you explore your own faith? So he started exploring his faith and he find it out Catholicism as his faith. So again, repeating, it's Usha's fault who make her JD go to the church, encourage him to go to church. And Nich, voila, what else you expect out of church? Now JD comes out in public saying all his three children will be baptized and raised in Christian faith. And he made a public comment, and there was a big uproar about it. He wants Usha to convert to Christianity. He's telling in public rather than telling her privately that she's Hindu. He cannot tolerate Hindu wife in his married life. And this is the Vice President of America, J.D. Vance, who could be President of America next year, in next 2 years, who knows? So point being that we need to tell our children lessons from this one who are getting interfaith married, that tell them that keep away from church, mosque, and synagogue, because they will be teaching, installing exclusivism, and then you'll doomed to fail. So don't make the mistake what Usha did it. Keep off from exclusivism from very beginning. Even though all those discussions, still they may not buy your concept and wants to still marry, and then bring up this last card, and that is divorce. This guy, Raj Irashi, he'll be very happy to talk to you. He married a Jewish lady. They had two children, 10 years of married life. All the time he spent in Jewish sites. He did bris. Both his children had bris. He wear a yarmulke. He was attending the synagogue all the time. And he says he just did it because it was interesting and he had no problem. 10 years down, when he had a divorce, he had half the time, children's time, and he was teaching them the meditations. And half time, the Jewish lady was teaching them bar mitzvah training. But the Jewish lady went to court, New Jersey court, and asked the court that I want this Hindu sites meditation time to be used for my bar mitzvah time because I need more times. And she says our marriage was not a Hindu marriage anyway, because one of the things she proved in the court, that in 10 years of marriage, it's only once this Raj took us Hindu mandir, only once Diwali time. And that also we walked out of mandir in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So meaning our marriage of with this Raj, yeah, he did not convert it, but it is a Jewish family because everything was Jewish side only. There was not a sense of Hindu side on my side. See, our youth, his Raj is a typical Hindu youth. They be so excited trying to please the other party, but they don't realize that that will work against you. So bottom line, when you're consulting somebody, if they don't buy all your prior argument, tell them that 10 years down the road, you will have a divorce, you are fighting for child custody. Where do you stand? You will not stand chance. So don't make mistakes. And immediately, divorce is something really, I noticed that it really impacts all the American bonds or Western bond or Indians who are getting married. They know that divorce is a very reality. So I gave a big lecture. So let me summarize it everything. If you don't remember everything what I said, again, you are Pandit. Somebody is coming to you that I'm going to get married, or even they says I'm not getting married. I'm getting married in court. I just came for your blessings. That's it, Panditji. That's about it. So the first thing for you to do is stop telling in your mandir that all religions are same. Not all religions are same. And as I said, I'm repeating again, don't criticize any religion, don't criticize any religious book or religious people. It looks just bad. It doesn't look good in on media, on TV, when you make any statement. Instead of that, you can fully criticize people's exclusivist mindset, and that's nobody will complain for it. And actually, people will admire, yeah, no, you make sense. So, next stop, discourage discourage that couple to get married in church, mosque, or synagogue, or by a priest or imam or rabbi. Because tell them that they will whoever you are in love right now, nice person, wonderful. But as soon as you go to that church, mosque, synagogue, the rabbis and those other priests may install a lot of exclusivist mindset, and you will be creating trouble. So if possible, just keep them out, just have the Hindu wedding if possible, and then you learn, have your happy family life forever. As I told you, if you don't remember nothing, you just have to remember no BBS. Reminding you what is BBS, Bris Baptism Sadhana. Again, you tell them that, look, they don't buy each other's label. This is religious label. Why Hindu will want to fall for it? Just decline BBS. In argument to that, say that empower your interfaith children like Barack Obama. Why don't you do these things? And immediately Hindus say, oh, Panditji, you're making sense. Yeah, no, I like that. And still, if they don't buy it, bring that divorce issues, Raj Yarashi's experience, and immediately they will say, wow, Panditji, no, you are making sense. I mean, no, let me think through. So that's it. I don't think it will take you more than 10, 15 minutes of your time to discuss all those things. And they will really appreciate it. They will give you extra dakshinas. And ideally, I would request that when they says, I want to have a wedding, a month before, definitely sit down 1 hour and discuss all those points with them, have consultations, then have the wedding. And after wedding is done, I would recommend that every year ask them that on your anniversary days, please come by again and you re-review, remind them all those good things. And I'm sure generally I notice that the people who are getting into interfaith love relationships, they are a lot more liberal in terms of donating money, gifting the money to Panditjis, I believe, or you should ask for it. And if you have a pre-sessions, marriage, and yearly sessions after marriage, they should give you a lot more dakshinas, or it's a godly work anyway. So I highly recommend, instead of just one ceremony, make it a long process, and that's Hindu community needs. And after marriage, as I said, that keep meeting every year and keep reminding them to be vigilant about exclusivism. Remind what happened to Usha Chilukuri and J.D. Vine's case. So let's say you are consulting a person and that person start asking very difficult questions and he says, well, I don't know. I mean, I just heard these things, and why Dilip said that or that. I have not read Bible, Quran, and Torah. Just make your job easy. And plus, you are so busy, you have so many things to take care. You cannot spend 1 hour, 2 hours after everybody who are coming and asking consultations. So what you do is just say that, why don't you tell the party that Dilip Amin Patheos, Dilip Amin Patheos. And I have written some 30 articles like that on that Patheos, if you see it. And all those articles are, let's say that party is Catholic, Christians. Then I have an article written what Hindu and Christian should know it. I have written also article Hindu Catholic marriage, what specific they need to do, that prenuptial agreements and everything I have posted there. They just have to read the articles. They don't have to bother you too much, take your time. Hindu Jewish marriage, Hindu Muslim marriage. I have also listed 10 questions what Hindu should ask Muslims, what Muslims should ask Hindu. So if they go through, they will have all answers. They don't need to bother you. So don't waste your time. Just tell them that go read his articles. And further tell them that, okay, yeah, another important point is this legal point too. I have written 2-3 articles on these legal issues because that's critical and they care for it. So instead of spending too much of your time, just tell them that read his articles, and if necessary, directly call him up. I'll be very happy, guide them. I don't charge, I have not, in 19 years, I have not charged a penny to anybody. I'll do free service. So I'll do rest of the job. All those difficult questions they ask, leave it up to me. So I hope I made your job very easy. If necessary, I have written several books and uh, tell them to read one of those books and they will have answers. See, $15 investment could save your heritage, your life, aggravations, those divorce issues and all that, where probably that Raj spent, who knows, $100,000, $200,000 in the divorce fees. So tell them to invest this $15 and will be a win-win for all. So with that, let me end this presentation here. Thank you very much all.